Alright, everyone. Mission successful. We used the Imperial Air Power deck and defeated the xenopods, the free mutants, and the Machine Empire. Really a shame at the end there. The Machine Empire was so badly beaten up, but I'm also kind of glad. It looks like they got off to a bad start, and thankfully we never had to really deal with them. They must have bumped heads with the free mutants early on. And lost. Hey, that happens sometimes. It's happened to me numerous times. And with all this said, I think now it's time to make a new deck. Let's go ahead and get going. And today, we'll be creating a xenopod deck. I always feel guilty making xenopod decks because of how freaking powerful xenopods are, but we'll go ahead and make a new one. So, the first thing I'm going to do, instead of creating a deck from scratch, is load what I call a template. I have templates for all the different factions because I find I always put the same things in my decks to start, and so this saves me time considering just going through the first like 2 minutes doing that. Alright, so here we are. We're making a deck. If you're not familiar with how deck creation works in this game, I have several videos on it somewhere in my various playlists. I'm going to recommend you go and take a look at them in case you're curious as to how to build a deck and how this works. In any case, we'll be making a new 175 and 10 tile point deck. And I am, of course, including Riley because he is the best hero in the game, with Military Genius 2, and he's in the Xenopods. That is flippin' amazing. And we have Narlathax, and I think he's by default added in because he makes it cheaper to move his big armies, and he moves them faster. So those two I consider these good enough that they're in every single Xenopod deck I create. I've already added 2 brood pens. The xenopods require a large amount of human and energy resources compared to other factions. Well, that is depending upon what they want to make. They require materials the least. I think the Machine Empire requires materials the most. And in any case, I like these very much. 2 human, 2 energy is very strong for the xenopods. That is exactly the resources that they need. So I go ahead and add 2 of them. 2 research nests, 2 war nests, that should not be surprising. 3 hidden hives. At this point level, I play on the small map sizes. We won't need more than 3 hidden hives to win on that. 2 intel nests, gives us some sniffer capability in case the enemy's wandering around with something that's stealthed. And I think that's it. Oh, and I take the crashed hive ship, the free stronghold that you get from when you build a deck. Alright, let's go ahead and begin this. So the first thing I probably should do is figure out what type of deck I want to make. Do I want to add materials to the deck? Because I'm going to need materials if I want biomecha added. Oh, maybe if we should we cover all this really quick? I don't think so. It's basically the same for all the factions in the game. The xenopods have their own types of infantry. These are the weakest units they can have access to generally, and you'll be able to improve them via advanced training. Xenomorphs are their equivalent to basically tanks, if you want to view them that way, but they don't have any material costs. They have a decent amount of humans and energy. These are really strong units. The monstrosities are perhaps one of the best ones that they have. Biomecha, these are their walkers, the equivalent of what the humans had, basically, with their mechs. These are extraordinarily strong as well. I find Destroyer's Corruptors to be phenomenal units. At 5 points for a Destroyer, that is just disgusting. This unit should be a lot more expensive than 7 points as well, but whatever. There they are. They're great. Even the Reaver is good, and the Gangrel is fantastic as well for a reconnaissance unit. 3 reconnaissance. Here they are. Consorts are the only range 2 reconnaissance unit in the game. They're not very fast. I think their movements are 2. Oh no, 3 movement, never mind. And they're fast, so really good. Expensive though, 4 points per each of them. Critters are much cheaper. Unlike some other factions though, these guys don't have stealth, so they're wide out in the open, ready to be attacked and killed by all the enemies. Battle support, this is the equivalent of the Minotaurs that we saw, or the... Oh, I forget what it's called now. I can't remember the other artillery, but these are basically their artillery or support teams. And the xenopods have something called a xenopod larva. They cost only 1 point to add to your deck, and as you can see, there's no resource cost to play them. They don't do anything though, they just sit in the base where you spawn them, and you can right-click on one of them in the game, and then pay, I think it's 3 energy? There's an action point, and I think a human and or energy cost, and then you gain a random Xenogite or Xenomorph. It's extremely powerful because it can be, because you can get a monstrosity for significantly cheaper costs, but you don't know what you're going to get when you use them. I think it might be fine to use an army that doesn't have any walkers in it. We'll keep it somewhat thematic, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so then if we're going to do that, let's begin. So let's start by adding the core cards, so the most powerful units I'm interested in. We'll add 3 monstrosities, the strongest monstrosity that we can get. We'll add some abominations as well. They're nothing to sneeze at. They're basically the Vindicators that you get access to. The monstrosities are by far are better because double attack with Neurotoxin, that is incredible. Abominations aren't bad. We'll go ahead and add a few of these to the deck too. Horrors are okay. Only 4 points for an attack 6, strength 5 unit. That's pretty good, but they do have a high cost in human and energy. Maybe we'll skip them. Hellions are interesting. They have counterattack, which means that the enemy will probably try to avoid attacking them. And degenerates are very kind of on the weaker side. But flank attack could be nice. We'll hold off on adding any others to the deck, though, at the moment. The enemy decks, when we fight the xenopods, generally only have monstrosities and abominations in them. I'm willing to add some tech to my deck, but not any materials. So we'll go ahead and add a few Psychers. As infantry. Psyblast is interesting, so this unit will never, or you'll see me almost never, attack with it directly. Instead, I'll be right-clicking on the unit and using Psyblast. It's a strength 7 attack. Yep, and the enemy has to resist the effect. We probably should add some battle support. Do I want spore mortars or enzyme throwers? Why not both? Why not both? We'll add 3 of each. And now, I need to begin spending points on my heroes, or I'm going to forget that I need heroes in this army. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh sorry, OCD compels me to do this with my cards. You don't have to do this with your cards, you can do whatever you want with your cards, but I like stacking them and sorting everything. Oh, and before I forget, we should save the game. So let's call this, Creeping Death. 175 and 10. I suppose we can go ahead and add a tile here. We're not going to need materials. So let's go ahead. Oh, well. Do we need materials in order to build a resource collector? I don't think we do. We'll find out right away, I suppose. We'll add some spawning grounds here. And then, yeah, a holding pen will be nice. We have one more point. I guess we'll just add like some rock desert around. Unless, do I want tech? I don't plan to use much tech. I think we'll be okay with one tech at the moment. Okay, let's go to heroes next. So we already have Riley and Narlex. Let's add at least 2 more. I have a tactician, so it might be best for me to take maybe a few other characters who can take advantage of that. Yeah, we'll add Satil Fangang to our deck. And one more general. You really should add Slugpa. He's 3 points, though. Well, they're all 3 points, because they're good. We'll add Shirub. We'll add Shirub. That gives me 4 generals. I liked having a scout as well. So let's take... Shog. He's fast, he can stealth, and elusive 2. Will help him stay alive if we... Oh, obviously we want him to stay alive. For agents, we have Illith, who has Master Assassin, and... Oh, she doesn't have the insta-kill. I thought she did. Who else do we have? Kislik and Migo. Let's take Klithsik for that Master Strategist. And we should add Illith as well. I can't think of a reason not to. It's an assassin. Generally, I always take at least one assassin in every single army I bring with me. They're just too useful. Next, we'll go ahead and add a Siag Queen. Nakai for some genetics. Tassog for some technology. And then I think we'll add Glacky for some... Actually, we'll add Glacky and Sinothag. They'll give me some tactician along with genetics and technology again. And that should be good for heroes. We actually may have too many heroes that aren't a general. Only 4 of these guys in the deck. I don't generally like having another... Well, we'll be fine. Let's add Ptah. Okay, that gives us close to 35 points left over for... Actually, less than 35 points, is that right? No, about 35 points left over for more units. So we need reconnaissance. I don't think we can afford consorts in this deck. Not at the moment. I have a lot of points already sunk into it. Let's add some critters. Actually, let's take out 1 critter. So we'll have 3 critters and 2 consorts, I think. What do the consorts require? No materials. That's fine with me. 2 of them. Okay, wow, we're almost out of points. Let's add some larva pods. We'll start by adding just 2, but I do plan to add a lot more than that. I think we'll add another monstrosity and another abomination. Actually, no. Just finish the monstrosities. Just get every single monstrosity that you can in the deck. Just do it. They're that strong. Only 7 action points to deploy one, too. Oof. You don't have very many points left him at all. Do you want any air power? We'll take 2 Xenosceptors with us. And with our last 2 points, 2 more larvas. And maybe I don't need 6 battle supports at this moment. Let's take out a Spore Mortars and an Enzyme Thrower. I'd love to take Psyker teams, but I can only fit 1 in the deck, so we won't bother with that at this point level. Let's take some more Xenomorphs. We'll take some Degenerates. Look at that mouth. That looks amazing. Let's go ahead and add 1. Oh, Tim, if you want to add another, you have to drop something. Want another. How many larva pods do I have? 4? You could go back to just 2, and the next point level is when you really start using them. Okay, let's do that. Alright, this'll do. So this is a kind of a small, streamlined deck. 13 heroes. Maybe we don't need another... Maybe we don't want Ptah? Nah, we'll take him. Let's drop Shog. We'll take a scout later. And instead, we'll add 3 more Xenopod larvas. We could add another Degenerate, actually. Oh, you know what? Yeah, forget it. We'll take just 1 single Xenopod larva at this point level, and we'll fit in another Degenerate. Alright! This is it. 53 cards only, my goodness. Most of the time I take more infantry with me. This time we're all monstrosities. The only infantry we have are Psykers. Well, let's get started. Alright, so new game. 175 and 10. We'll go ahead and pick Creeping Death. Normal sized, uncommon, uncommon. I like those. We'll play with 1 random opponent. No Calls to the Wastelands, and let's start. We're fighting the humans. Hey! This will be fun. Get to see how well the AI plays them. Okay. Do I want to push myself to the side? I do. We're going to push ourselves off on this direction this time, though. We'll put the holding pens behind us. Yeah, that's fine. And the crashed hive ship. Here we go. Alright, let's take a look and see what we've got around us and what's in our hand. So, our hand is filled with powerful cards. All monstrosities, which is a bit awkward. We do have, well, not all. We do have 2 heroes and a support. Okay. It just occurs to me that my heroes might be up to 3 human resources. The other thing is that our crashed hive ship gathers one human only, not 2 human. We also gather 1 material. But we have a second human here and no other material. So this is not as efficient as it could be. But we could really use that other human resource. What I'm saying is that because we didn't take the normal hex with 1 of each resource, we have a segment of our resource collectors that we're not benefiting from. And we have a human resource here that we also won't benefit from until we can get a hero out and build a resource collector for that. I'm thinking I would like to discard an abomination. So because I've got 3 in my hand, I want something different. A war nest will be nice. Oh, actually this will be very nice. This will let us collect that human resource if I want to wait that long to play it. So I could deploy the Psy Queen now. And then I'd have to wait probably 2 turns to build a resource collector for the humans. Or I can wait 1 turn to deploy the ward nest. I think we'll wait. And we'll just end our turn. Actually, no, we should be making armies. Let's make an army. I'm never sure what to call the xenopod armies. I really have no clue. Got no clue. I guess we'll call one xenomorphs. That's spelled incorrectly, Tim. Xenomorphs. That's more like it. Alright, the war nest gets deployed. And that will now begin gathering that extra human resource. Next turn, we'll deploy probably Sagoth out into the field. Actually, we can't. He's 3 resources. So, probably the Psy Queen instead. Can she actually move? She can move? Okay. She can move. Seems like she shouldn't be able to. Seems like the Psy Queen should be a 0 movement hero, similar to some of the Machine Empires heroes. Well, let's keep going. Xenosceptor, glad to see you. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do with you right now. We could use you to scout around by just randomly attacking places around us. But, nah, we won't bother. Oh, I forget what the name of the flying eye is. Right, we'll just make some more armies with our points. And I'll think of better names to come up with these for the next game we play. Oh, we lost. A leopard has shown up. That's it! Your enemies have bested you! Your stronghold lies in ruins and your armies scatter into the wastes. So, sometimes the AI just spawns next to you, goes right towards you, luckily, and just wins. That's it! Game over. There was nothing we could have done, I think, to do better, other than maybe getting one of those critters in our hand, spawning it in our base, and keeping it there. I'm going to keep that, because that is too hilarious, and we'll just try this again. We'll fight you again, Empire Man. Okay, I still don't want to be all the way back here. I want to be up more. We need to get more tiles in our zone of control, our supply range, because we really do want to be able to reach have a good amount of chances for there to be other resource hexes around us that we can access early on. What may have happened, actually, is the AI sees these holding pens, this town, and wants to check it out, thinking that there's going to be resources there, because there are. Uh-oh. I think this might have glitched. Oh, okay. Okay, it did not. Well, it's an interesting hand. We have a war nest right away, which is nice. We'll be able to use it to claim that extra human resource. We have a hero. We have Illith, though. She has command rate of 2, so she can lead us very, very small army if necessary. She can lead the Abomination and Psychers in a battle. We have a Hidden Hive to exchange to extend our supply range, and the War Nest to collect that other human resource, which is nice. There's a ton of, looks like, difficult terrain up to our north. Holy crap, there's a ton of it. It's a big mountain range up there. And that's it. Alright, well, let's get started. So, I said I have better names for these, but I don't. So, I said that, thinking that maybe I would actually have longer than a 7-minute starting game. Well, there's nothing for us to do, so I guess we'll just make more armies. Let's get her own army. There's nothing for us to do until we at least get 3 human resource. I forgot that the Xenopod's heroes, while fantastic, do require a little more effort to get them into play. I think we want the War Nest deployed. As before, we want to start getting resources quickly. And I think that's the fastest way for us to get human resources rather than deploy Illith. Xenopods, they're free. We will deploy you. That's the one you have in your deck as well, Tim. Still can't do anything. We need another turn to get more human resources. Yeah, you can go and look up some better names, maybe. I think that's how you spell it. Shoggoth? Is that how you do it? There's 2 G's in Shoggoth. Is it Shoggoth? I can't remember. We'll go with this. And I have 9 points left over, but we'll just end our turn. Now, do I get a unit in play, or do I get Illith in play? I think I'll just risk that the game will just end again. Like, well, I'll just throw in the towel, and we'll play Illith. Illith will get her own army. We will stealth her. We will begin moving her. There. Oh, you might not have noticed, but the special power of the Xenopods is that it costs only 2 action points for us to draw a card. That is great. The free mutants, in case you've forgotten, have +1 supply range. I think the Machine Empire is +1 card in hand, and the human is +1 base command rate to make them all slightly different. Okay, Illith's gonna de-stealth and make some feeding pens. We really need the human resources. We'll then re-stealth her, and we'll move her a tad. Just want to explore some of these hexes. I'm still not going to deploy a unit. We'll build an energy team. And I want to explore everything behind our base. If the enemy has any units out at the moment, they are going to be reconnaissance units. So Illith risks being captured by them very easily early on. I don't want that to happen, so we want to keep her in the back. Okay, we can finally begin deploying a unit. We'll deploy our Abomination. And now, we actually have something that can defend the base. We'll go ahead and add this to Xenomorphs Alpha. Critters! Very good. An actual reconnaissance unit. Alright, critters, let's get you out to play. We'll add you to Critter Recon Alpha, and you will begin doing reconnaissance. We're looking for other resources that might be around us. If we get lucky, hopefully we'll find something. More psychers. We have 4 psychers out of the 5 I think we added to the deck. My goodness. I don't need to spend the action points at the moment. I'm going to keep spending this one... maybe you shouldn't spend that one tech, Tim. Look at your supply range. Oh, hello. What are you? A minefield. Good thing we didn't walk into that with Illith. Also looks like we're not going to find any other resources near us. That's going to make this a bit awkward. Let's add another Psyker. Get a card out of our hand. We'll get it added to Xenomorphs. We're going to have this critter sweep up slightly out of our supply range. Checking a few more of those tiles. Illith can check these 3. Oh, this is bad. It looks like we're not going to have any other resources in our starting zone, but the ones I added to our tiles. Oh, I always dislike that. We should get another unit out and play. Let's add a degenerate. This is super awkward. This is going to be a boring map if there's no other resources. It's going to be a lot of us ending our turn fishing for some way to extend our supply range. Your army has discovered a squatter's camp. Let's claim it. Send those human resources back home. Unfortunately, that's not a tile. Oh, but it does give us enough that we can play the monstrosity. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just... Actually, how much is it to do this? 4 human resources and 2 action points for instant evolution. I guess we'll add you guys to another army. Riley! Hello there, sir. Good to see you. We could really use you. We'll immediately deploy him, and we'll add him to the one that has the monstrosity in it. Alright. Look at that. Gives us a double attack neurotoxin 4, strength 10, defense 9 creature. Our degenerate becomes a 7/6. It's disgusting. But the humans can just nuke us. So there's that. Illith, we're going to move you up here. If I don't have any starting resources, and I don't know where to go to get more of them, this is... Okay. Well, it's materials, but there is some sort of starting resource. We have technologists and tacticians in our hand. I feel like I should get out the intel nets, though. That is an oh, that's an academy. We should deploy a Xenothag, because he is a tactician. Also, because I guess it's free, we can also use Riley to create some advanced training. Let's, what does our Psyker want? Hit points are probably the best thing for him. What's his defense? His defense is 5 already. I'm thinking either a defense die or hit points. I think toughness is what we'll go for. Thank you, Riley. And we'll go ahead and get that added. Go ahead and get that added to our Psychers. Oh, those guys are done moving. More card, more degenerates. Filthy degenerates. Why am I bidding so many points, Tim? Why do you need them? You don't need them. Illith, we'll move you into the volcano. We'll de-stealth you. You'll go ahead and make a materials team. We'll re-stealth you again. And our critters... I'm going to try to checking areas which are just outside of supply range in case we can get lucky and see something we're interested in. But it looks like we're not going to get lucky. Actually, we do have a hidden hive, Tim. So we should deploy it over here, I think. If we deploy it, well, if I deploy it here, that gives us access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Gives us access to these Badland areas, but that's it. We may want to be out on this side. So, in fact, I think we do. We're done at the moment. Actually, I think did you just draw that hidden hive? No, we drew a degenerate. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, the humans really wanted to go first. But I didn't see them. Nothing happened. Let's go ahead and add another degenerate out into the field. We'll add that one to Riley's army as well. We'll probably give it a spore mortar, and then that army's ready to go out hunting. They must have gotten a good card in their hand and just wanted to get it out into play. Alright, let's move our critter recon. Hello! We found you! Alright, there's the humans. It's a leopard. It's damaged. It's out of supply. How is it damaged? It must have walked into some place that had defenses. Let's add our spore mortars to Riley's team and move them here. We have 3 action points left. We might as well go ahead and do some tactic cards. We'll take a feed, turn 1 success dice into a failure. Not much to it, but it's easy to make it. And we'll also try for a -5 opponent fate point. Are they still there, Recon? They are. They'll see me if I move up and try to get away, probably. But I think you have to. You need to push them away from there. That's kind of where you wanted to build... your base. It's actually useful to know that they're here. I don't know which direction they came from. Probably up north would be my guess. We'll move up. He'll see us, but I'll be okay with that. At home, let's improve our war nest a bit to make it a little easier for us to make more tactic cards. And we'll try for a flesh. And we'll try that one more time. Oh, they're still there, huh? Okay. Well, then let's kill them. They're in our supply range. We'll get a little bit of experience points for this army. Alright, well, let's start with the most powerful thing we've got, our monstrosity. And I think it's killed it flat out. Yes, by the way, notice this. What is it? It's a tank. Neurotoxin 1. Neurotoxin affects everything. Even tanks. I don't understand it. It maybe should be called acid instead, but there you have it. So, tank destroyed. Illith, let's keep using you. Your army has discovered a supplies cache. You may choose to de-stealth to claim it, remain and observe it, or continue on your way. We will claim it. We find 5 materials and 5 energy. Let's go ahead and instant evolve our xenopod larva. And we got drudges. This is a rather weak unit. It really is, but whatever. It was almost free. We'll take it. Draw a card. That's all of our psychers. Every single psyker is now visible to us. Now, I said I wanted that hidden hive here, because I would like to sweep this area for supplies. The real problem here is going to be that I've only got 2 other hidden hives. I think you should deploy it here. No, I need resources. There might not be any resources. I guess we can deploy it here. It does mean that if I leave it undefended, the enemy, if they claim this hidden hive, will have access to my spawning ground, so I need to be careful about that. But oh, hello. What is this? I didn't even notice it before. This is a special hex. I'm going to want to know what's in that. I should have checked. I didn't even check for those. This is the only one. This is some sort of special hex right there. I'm going to want to see what's in it. Come on, critters. I'm going to move you toward it. I guess we can deploy the hidden hive here. Let's do it. So as you can see, it extends our supply range a bit. We get a few desert hexes out in that direction. Still haven't reached this one, whatever that special hex is. Another monstrosity. Brood pens. Oh, that's useful. We could always use more resources. But I think at the beginning of the next turn, everyone, we're going to call the session. Let's see what the Empire decides to do. Nothing. Go ahead and deploy and spend shooting materials. Tim, you don't need the materials for anything. At least not yet. Okay, so let's stop here and let's summarize what's occurred. So we made a new xenopod deck. We played it and we lost at turn 4. There's practically nothing we can do if that's going to happen. We would have had to got a critters in our hand and deployed it in our base. And even then, critters are just a 2/2 unit. The enemy was a 2/2 unit as well, but they were probably out of supply when they arrived. It could have won. It would have been a pretty epic fight, and well, it would have given us a chance to keep playing that game. But whatever. I'm willing to say, oh, good job, game. You got super lucky. We started another one. Our starting area is lacking in resources somewhat significantly. I don't see any resources. Well, aside from this materials, we got nothing else. We're trying to push forward now out in this direction. We saw the humans here with a small out-of-supply recon unit, and we killed them. Dropped a hidden hive, and now we're going to be out looking for them. I've just noticed a special hex here that I want to investigate. We have a decently strong army already out in play. Riley, that is a really nice army. That is a really nice army. All we have to do is add one monstrosity in it, and that is terrifying. It would be terrifying. We should probably also add a psyker to it to add some infantry. And then it's done. You know, Riley's good. It's disgusting. We also have a tactician in play, and we have made some tactic cards for us. So things are looking pretty good for the first 20 turns for us. So far things are looking really good. Hopefully that will continue. And I will see you all in the next one, where it will. Take care, everyone, and thanks for watching.